Best disposable film camera. Every day a point-and-shoot freak is born, and there's no way to blame them, because what these little cameras do is amazing. That is why we have decided to make a list of the 5 best 35mm point-and-shoot film cameras of 2023. We will analyze each camera according to which user it is most recommended for, and we will evaluate its most relevant points and its weakest points. Okay, let's start our list. Since then, the niche has grown and evolved, expanding not only for hobbyists or for domestic use, which was for whom it was originally intended. We will see high-end cameras also designed for professionals and more specific branches. We will analyze each camera according to which user it is most recommended for, and we will evaluate its most relevant points and its weakest points. 1. Contax T3, T2. The advantages of the T3 are given above all by their sizes. Since both are made of titanium, although the weight is not relevant in its class, the size does play a remarkable role. Since having such advanced functions in a very small size, it is not difficult to be tempted to acquire one. Another difference between the two is the price. Not to mention that in itself, we are talking about cameras with prices well above the cameras that we will see in this list. 2. Olympus Stylus Epic. This Olympus Stylus Epic does not have much to envy the Contax T2 in terms of focus and light metering precision. In terms of design and construction materials, it certainly falls short, since it is made mostly of plastic, but it shines in the ability to measure light efficiently, and of having a size capable of entering any pocket to be used almost immediately. One of the most sought-after 35mm point-and-shoot cameras on the internet, the Olympus MJU Roman II, which is how it is known in Asia, was launched in 1997, selling about 4 million units in its two variants, white and silver. The appeal of this camera is in its fast 35mm f2.8 lens. It has a firing speed of 1 sec to 1 to 1000 second, and in night scenes up to 4 seconds. It is programmed by default to fire the flash if light is needed, but this function can be disabled so that a lower speed can be chosen without using it. Although it has the problem that it has to be adjusted every time the camera is turned on, which can be tedious for some. 3. Yashica T4. The Yashica T4, at first glance, it may not seem like a very interesting camera, since the plastic body, how light it is, and the overall design are not very obvious. Rather, not an ugly camera at all. It just looks like a common compact camera. But then you read that it wears a Carl Zeiss lens and you pay more attention to it. A very high-class lens for a compact camera. We can say that it is a simple camera with a good lens and that it also has a powerful flash. However, it has become popular thanks to its simplicity and clarity, thanks to photographers like Terry Richardson, who use it to express spontaneity with a wild tone. Each camera has its own character and its own cultural niche, but let's talk a little about its characteristics, which although they are few, it has a shutter speed that goes from 1 sec to 1 to 700 second. Autofocus of 3 points, and as we said before, a Carl Zeiss 35mm f3.5 lens with 4 elements in 3 groups. And it has a special feature is that it is waterproof, which indicates that it really is an all-terrain camera. Some use it for fashion photography and others for hiking in the mountains. 4. Nikon 35 Ti. The Nikon 35 Ti is one of the most feature-rich cameras on this list. It's made of titanium just like the Contax T**, and arguably in direct competition with them. It has a 35mm f2.8 lens made of 6 elements and 4 groups and is one of the strengths of this camera. It has very advanced features for a point-and-shoot camera, almost like a rangefinder. The most interesting are undoubtedly being able to shoot in aperture priority mode and having 3D matrix metering. It is similar to the Nikon 28 Ti, with the small difference that the 35 Ti produces virtually no edge vignetting, something the 28 Ti does, but they are technical niceties. 5. Olympus XA2. If we talk about the Olympus XA2, we will say that we are facing one of the most unique cameras in the world of point-and-shoot cameras, because before mentioning that it is point-and-shoot, it is compact. Very compact. In addition, it is considered the smallest rangefinder camera that exists, and while it doesn't have autofocus, since it's a camera released in 1980, long before point-and-shoot cameras became popular, it does have features that make it interesting. For example, the fact that the type of focus is manual of 3 distances, portrait, medium distance, and landscape. They make it ideal for street photography, since it can be used as a pre-focus camera. and adapt it to the condition of our subject to photograph.